Hello and welcome back to a special edition of Unity. We are here on location at my father's church, Move of God Ministries, here in Columbus, Georgia. And I have a wonderful guest with me. He is Bucket Blakes, and he's number 15 with the Harlem Globetrotters. We want to go ahead and say, welcome to Unity.
Welcome to Unity.
Well, tell my viewers, some people are not familiar with the Harlem Globetrotters, so they might not know about Harlem Globetrotters, and they may not know about you. Tell my viewers all about you and Harlem Globetrotters.
Well, let's start with the Globetrotters. We've been around since 1926. The reason why the Globetrotters started because blacks or African Americans were not allowed to play in white-only leagues. And a promoter by the name of Abe Saperstein seen them in a Savoy Ballroom in downtown Chicago. Not Harlem, New York, it's downtown Chicago is where the Globetrotters were founded. And he propositioned them to go around barnstorming. And barnstorming meant playing anybody who wanted to play them for money. So they started making a name for themselves by beating teams around the Chicago area, outside of Chicago, and eventually in other states. And in 1948, there was a debate of who was the world's greatest team. It was the all-white Minneapolis Lakers or the all-black Harlem Globetrotters. Well, the Globetrotters beat them for the World Championship in 1948, but they only won by one basket. So everybody thought it was a fluke. So then they played them again in 1949 and beat them for the World Championship, and that led to one of those Globetrotter players, Nat Sweetwater Clifton, being the first African-American to sign an NBA contract in 1950 with the New York Knicks, thus opening up the doors for all nationalities to be able to play professional basketball. And I'll backtrack a little bit. The Globetrotters are from Chicago, but the name Harlem came from the Harlem Renaissance. In Harlem, New York was synonymous with African Americans because it was the epicenter of black culture at that time. And Abe Saperstein, being a Jewish guy, he wanted everybody to know that it was an all African American team. So he gave them the name Harlem because when you mentioned Harlem in the late 20s and early 30s, you thought of African Americans.
Yes, you did.
And Globetrotters was a marketing scheme. He wanted everyone to believe that they were world famous when they only played around the Chicago area. Well, now we are world famous. We've played in 120 countries in our 86-year history for 134 million fans, and we plan on being around for another 86 years. And we were not only did we break the color barrier, but we also broke the gender barrier. We were the first all-men's sports team to have a woman play, and her name was Lynette Woodard in 1985, and she was the first. And currently, we have the 9th woman in our history. She's the first woman in the last 19 years, and her name is Fatima TNT Maddox. So we broke the gender barrier as well. But that's a little bit about the Globetrotters. I myself played, I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, lettered in 3 sports in high school, had a scholarship for football, basketball, and track and field. But I chose basketball because it was indoors. It's hot in Phoenix. Football practice was hot. Track practice was extremely hot. And I chose basketball, and I ended up at the University of Wyoming. Played there, had a great college career, and got to play in the CBA for the Rockford Lightning in Rockford, Illinois, and then played in the NBA Developmental League for Asheville Altitude. And then I played in Europe before I became a Globetrotter. But after I got back from Europe, I got a call from the Globetrotter scout out of the blue, sent me on a 10-day contract and signed me after 6 of those 10 days.
What a blessing.
Yes.
So what's it been like, traveling all over the world from Phoenix? You come from a big family.
Yes.
If you're listening to me, there is a total of 10.
Yes.
10 children. So he's got a big family.
Definitely.
So, tell my viewers about that. Big family, playing all over the world.
Well, that helped me out quite a bit, especially with being on this team. Playing on any team for that matter. I have 5 brothers, I have 4 sisters. There's an 8-year gap between the oldest 5 and the youngest 5.
Wow.
But, had a chance to not only be an example for my little brothers and sisters, but also learn from my older brothers and sisters as well. But, being with the Globetrotters, it's like a huge family anyway, so I fit right in. And then being that we have the first female in the last 19 years, she's like our little sister, so she got a ton of big brothers. There's 28 players total, so she got 27 big brothers looking out for her. Some younger brothers as well. She's older than a few players. But, getting a chance to see the world. And I've been to 66 countries since I've been on the team. Had a chance to visit places all over the world. and you know, you become a more worldly person, and you learn to respect you know, different cultures and different cultures, different things that cultures do. So, you know, when you meet someone else from, you know, a different ethnic background, no matter where you are in the United States, because it's such a melting pot, you know, you can offer something to them that they might not have known that you knew because you've been to where their family's from.
Well, I want my viewers to know something too. You also got the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yes, for my underhand shot, I'm tied with Jason Kidd. We took 2 underhand shots in 1 minute from half court during All-Star Weekend in 2010. So, and happy to share that with Jason Kidd. He's a great guy and a great basketball player.
Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of people is sitting up here looking like, wow, Guinness Book of World Records comes from a family of 10 and a mentor. We've got to go to commercial break. I'm going to come back, but I want to hold that thought. We're going to commercial break, and then we're coming back more with Buckets Blakes from the Harlem Globetrotters.
Unity with Pam Willis-Hovey is being brought to you by these sponsors.
Hello, this is Pastor Willis of the Move of God Ministry. We come to welcome you to be a part of our ministry. This is not a put on, but this is a come on. And we come to share in our different ministries with our dance team, with our choir. Hello, this is Pastor Willis of the Move of God Ministry. We come to welcome you to be a part of our ministry. This is not a put on, but this is.
When you've been hurt in an accident, it helps to have experienced and knowledgeable attorneys to help you in your time of need. For over 30 years, our office has been helping victims in auto and truck accidents or with work-related injuries. We resolve thousands of cases both in and out of court. So if you've been hurt and it wasn't your fault,
talk to Walt.
Talk to Walt.
Habla con Walt.
Talk to Walt.
Come on in to Sugars for a sweet taste of Southern cooking. You will be taken back to Sunday dinner at Grandma's house with every bite. Daily specials serving fried chicken, collards, black-eyed peas, also melt-in-your-mouth cornbread. You will want to ask for seconds. Also try one of our homemade desserts. You will be in sweet, sweet heaven. Sugars offers catering for all your corporate, church, and family gatherings. They will do all. Come on in to Sugars for a sweet taste of Southern cooking. You will be taken back to Sunday dinner at.
Why Chalmers?
We manage the details so that businesses don't have to. Our expert consultants understand the individual needs of all of our clients.
We're here for you.
It's great to have the business support of Chalmers. They handle my bookkeeping, payroll, and collections. Now I have more time to dedicate to my customers.
Your success is our success.
With affordable rates for payroll, bookkeeping, collection, and IT services, Chalmers can ease the stress of running a business.
Chalmers Support Services. What you can't do, we can.
Taylor Funeral Home, a live-in service for the living. It's a family affair. Our family serving yours. 1514 5th Avenue in Phoenix City, Alabama.
For more than 60 years, the Dairy Queen recipe for success has been simple. It's been a combination of hardworking people, great tasting food, and tempting treats served in our establishments every day. Although a lot has changed in 60 years, some things remain the same. The smiles on children's faces, a treat for a good report card, close friends enjoying a great meal, and families spending quality time together. Here at DQ, we are always committed to treat you right.
Hello, welcome back to Unity. We are here at the Move of God Ministries. We're on location with Mr. Buckets Blakes of the Harlem Globetrotters. We're having a good time with him, and I was just getting ready to ask him about the Guinness Book of World Records. I am so geeked up about this because I have never met somebody who has been the Guinness Book of World Records. And I just wanted to ask you, what was that like when actually to know you're in there? It's big to me.
It was a lot of fun. You know, I knew the people from the Guinness Book were there. When I was taking a shot, I made 2 underhand shots from half court, tied with Jason Kidd in 2010, and I didn't know that I was actually in the book until, you know, I mentor kids back home, and I do individual basketball skills training. And one of the kids' parents gave me a call and was like, hey, Coach Blake's is in my book. What? And she was like, what book? And it was the Guinness Book of World Records. So I went to the store and I swept them all off the counter and off the shelf and into the basket, and I bought a whole bunch of them and kept one for myself and sent some to friends and family. So it's a great feeling, you know, and it was a great opportunity, and it was, you know, pretty amazing to be, you know, put next to Jason Kidd, who I got a chance to see before I started playing professional ball. I seen him in college at Cal, and then he came to the Phoenix Suns for a little bit when I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. So I got a chance to see him play ball, and now he's still in the NBA. He's a great player and he's a great person. So good person to be next to in the Guinness Book of World Records.
What made you pursue a career in basketball? There's so many other sports that you could have pursued. Why this particular one?
I thought playing other sports, I thought basketball was a sport that, from an all-around standpoint, gave you the best development cardiovascularly, and as well as, you know, you're working every muscle that you could possibly work to get up and down the court, to shoot, jump, pass, play defense. Defense is probably the toughest part of basketball. And I always challenged myself mentally and physically, and basketball gave me more of a challenge than the other sports that I lettered in, track and field and football. And then also I started to learn as time went on that not just basketball, but sports in general involuntarily places you in a position to develop life skills. You know, I've been team captain several times, so I've had a chance to develop leadership skills. You know, I've had to be able to do my homework and show up to practice on time, and, you know, manage time with my family and friends, so you learn time management. You know, you learn teamwork because you can't win the game by yourself in the game of basketball. You're learning to work under pressure. You know, you got the ball in your hands with 5 seconds left and your team's down 1. You're at the free throw line and you're down 2 and you need to make 2 free throws to tie the game. So I started to figure out that all of these life skills that I was developing will eventually carry over to whatever I'm going to do when I'm done playing ball. Because basketball players and athletes in general, you know, they're involuntarily learning these life skills, and I don't think they have, I don't think most of them have a clue that if you're going to work for a corporation or even own your own corporation, you'll be good under pressure. You'll be able to work well with other people because you've done it during sports. You'll be able to get, you know, your workload in on time because you've had to, you know, turn schoolwork in on time and had to show up to practice on time and then practice on your own outside of that. So you learn all of these skills not knowing that you're learning them because you're having fun at the same time. So, you know, that's pretty much what makes me a big-time basketball fan as well as an advocate for sports.
What do you want people to know about buckets? I mean, it sounds like, to me, what you do is safe to say, a form of ministry to people and to drawing kids in to want to change their lives. But what do you want people to know about buckets?
That, you know, I'm just, you know, a normal human being like everybody else. You know, I don't want to be treated any different just because I'm a Globetrotter, and I don't mind spending time. I want people to know I don't mind spending time with others and sharing, you know, my story with them, or even sharing some of the things that I've learned throughout my time in life, period, but as well as all the things that I've learned growing up and then traveling the world. And always encourage kids to be the best you that you could possibly be, because it's tough to try and be somebody else. You know, I never, as a kid, wanted to be any other person but myself, and I learned that from my parents and my siblings. You know, when you're yourself and you're being the best you that you could be, then you'll find your niche in life. If you're trying to be somebody else, you're never going to figure out who you are, and it's going to be pretty tough for you to figure out what you have to offer to the rest of the world. because you're trying to be someone else. So I always let people know that, you know, I've tried to be the best human being I could possibly be. We all make mistakes, and the best thing about a mistake is you get experience from it, and you try to figure out how not to make that mistake again.
You've got some good upbringing. I can hear that about your parents. They instilled some good values in it.
Definitely.
You can hear it.
Yeah, you know, my parents are my heroes. That's in my bio, too.
I saw that.
Yeah, you know, everybody's like, who's your hero? Who's your hero growing up? I was like, my parents, because they put us in everything positive.
Yes.
You know, no matter what it was, even if we didn't like it, even if it was just arts and crafts and we had to sit there and paint and make macaroni necklaces, you know. But
I did that, too.
Eventually, you know, me and my brothers and sisters, we turned everything into a competition. Like, I'm gonna make my macaroni necklace faster than you can make yours, you know, and things of that nature. So it ended up, you know, being a blessing for all of us to be able to have our parents stay focused and not only keeping us in school, but involving us in sports and you know, squeezing water out of a rock to even come up with the money to pay for us to play sports.
No, that's right. Well, we got to go to commercial break. Then we're coming back more with Buckets, Blakes, and my mother here at Move of God Ministries.
Come into Chester's Barbecue for our world-famous mouth-watering ribs, smoked fresh on our grill daily. Or try one of our barbecue pork plates with fresh sides. Chester's has delicious sandwich combos to choose from that are sure to please. We also serve tempting home-cooked favorites. And don't forget to take home your own bottle of great sauce. Chester's Barbecue, serving the best food at the best price, with 3 locations to serve you.
You love your parents, and it's hard to see them struggle to keep their independence. Magnolia Manor can give your parents the assistance they need to enjoy life. You won't have to worry if they are eating well or taking their medications properly. And they'll be in a safe, secure environment with no need to worry about cleaning house or doing yard work. Visit magnoliamanor.com to learn more. Magnolia Manor, just down the road. A community of convenience, caring, and fun.
My name is Japal. 2 years ago, I received a kidney transplant. When I was 21 years old, I started dialysis, and for 7.5 years, I was a patient receiving treatments 3 times a week for 4 hours each session, and man, it was hard. After receiving my kidney transplant, I was able to find and marry the love of my life. My kidney transplant gave me my life back.
You have the power to donate life. Be an organ, eye, and tissue donor. To find out how, go today to donatelifegeorgia.org.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Enrichment Services is giving a young child in our community a head start on kindergarten. Enrichment Services is providing a nutritious meal for senior citizens. Enrichment Services, a host of educational and assistance programs to benefit all ages.
Taylor Funeral Home, a live-in service for the living. It's a family affair. Our family serving yours. 1514 5th Avenue in Phoenix City, Alabama.
Welcome back to Unity with Pam. We're here on location at the Move of God Ministries. My parents pastor this church, Pastors Will and Emma Willis, and I'm telling you, I am so excited to have Mr. Buckets Blakes from the Harlem Globetrotters here in my parents' church, and just having a good time chatting with him on a few like old time's sake. Mm-hmm. And one thing I just would like to ask him, how do you learn all those techniques we see on TV? I grew up when they had the cartoon.
Definitely lots of practice. The Globetrotter Scouts do a good job of finding players. They're looking for 3 criteria mainly. They're looking for great basketball players, they're looking for great athletes and great people, because we are the ambassadors of goodwill everywhere we go all over the world. Well, they do a good job of finding good basketball players who can potentially do certain things with the basketball. Some players come into the team with a few tricks up their sleeve. I knew how to spin the ball on my finger, and that was about it. But all the other tricks that I learned was from kind of watching, the veterans when I got to the team doing things with the ball. So I'd grab a ball and take it back with me to my hotel room and, knock them lamps and pictures over trying to figure it all out. But eventually I got it, and, I developed a nice little routine. And we have something called a magic circle that everybody wants to get into. It's kind of a big deal to be a part of that 6-man magic circle at the beginning of the game to the tune of Sweet Georgia Brown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to perfect it? Did it take months? Did it take years?
It took me, it actually took me less than a month, about 3 weeks, but it was just to perfect one routine, and then you start to develop other routines after a while. So it all depends on the person, how much time you put in, and, and how, hopefully, you don't get a quick injury right at the beginning, because then you got to recover from that injury and then start the tricks over again. But it all depends on the person.
Now, do you handcraft your own, or is there certain tricks they have for you? Have you put any of your own spins in it?
There's some basic things that, the spin, and then rolling the ball around like this, some basic things. But after a while, you develop your own little personality, and you involve it in there. You put it in the ingredients, and then you come up with your own little routine.
So are we going to see that Tuesday at the Civic Center?
Oh, you're going to see lots of it. At the beginning of the game, to the tune of Sweet Georgia Brown, you're going to see my teammates and I get in the middle of a circle and do something special with the basketball for sure.
I can tell you love what you do.
Definitely, definitely. This is one of the best jobs in the world, getting a chance to, make people laugh and smile for at least 2 hours of their day, despite what they were going through prior to their arrival at our game. So, it's good. And then, when you come out of the game and you're looking across into the crowd, and you see someone 80 years old, and then right next to them you see someone 8 years old, and they're both laughing real hard, at the same thing. So, to have an 80-year-old and an 8-year-old on the same page,
right,
for the same entertainment entity, such as the Harlem Globetrotters, is, it's a blessing for sure to make, those two with such an age difference just be on the same page for that amount of time for 2 hours. So.
That's a blessing. Well, we got to go to commercial break. Then I'm coming with my mother, co-pastor Emma Willis of the Move of God Ministry. But Buckets, thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Doing
Let's
my
do
show.
something real fast before we get off. I know we got a second. Let me see your finger. One finger. And you got a long nail. I promise I won't break it.
Oh.
Hey.
Handcrafted by the B.I.G. girl. Going to commercial break, coming with co-pastor Emma Willis of Move of God.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
When you've been hurt in an accident, it helps to have experienced and knowledgeable attorneys to help you in your time of need. For over 30 years, our office has been helping victims in auto and truck accidents or with work-related injuries. We resolve thousands of cases both in and out of court. So if you've been hurt and it wasn't your fault,
Talk to Walt.
Talk to Walt.
Habla con Walt. Talk to Walt.
Come on in to Sugar's for a sweet taste of Southern cooking. You will be taken back to Sunday dinner at Grandma's house with every bite. Daily specials serving fried chicken, collards, black-eyed peas, also melt-in-your-mouth cornbread. You will want to ask for seconds. Also try one of our homemade desserts. You will be in sweet, sweet heaven. Sugar's offers catering for all your corporate, church, and family gatherings. They will do all. Come on in to Sugar's for a sweet taste of Southern cooking. You will be taken back to Sunday dinner at
For more than 60 years, the Dairy Queen recipe for success has been simple. It's been a combination of hardworking people, great tasting food, and tempting treats served in our establishments every day. Although a lot has changed in 60 years, some things remain the same. The smiles on children's faces, a treat for a good report card, close friends enjoying a great meal, and families spending quality time together. Here at DQ, we are always committed to treat you right.
Come into Chester's Barbecue for our world-famous mouth-watering ribs, smoked fresh on our grill daily. Or try one of our barbecue pork plates with fresh sides. Chester's has delicious sandwich combos to choose from that are sure to please. We also serve tempting home-cooked favorites. And don't forget to take home your own bottle of great sauce. Chester's Barbecue, serving the best food at the best price, with 3 locations to serve you.
Hello and welcome back to Unity. We're here on location at the Move of God Ministries, and I have my mother, co-pastor Emma Willis, sitting with me. Welcome to Unity.
Thank you.
So how did you enjoy listening to the interview of the Harlem Globetrotter player, Mr. Buckets, here in your church?
Oh, that was real good. I like him. I'm so glad I came today.
And you know, you could tell he loved what he do.
Yes, yes. And I'm quite sure he has really made his parents real proud of him. Everything that he has done, everything that he has accomplished is real good.
I tell you what, we miss having Pastor Daddy here with us.
Yes. I tried to get him to come, but someone has to stay and take care of my mother-in-law, which is his mother. And she just celebrated her 98th birthday.
So we got longevity in our genes. I'm 38, so I'm banking on that longevity. Big girl looking for that. Well, co-pastor Mommy,
yes.
Give us the prayer.
Okay. Oh, Heavenly Father, I thank you for everything that you do for us. And Father, I thank you for life, health, and strength. And Father, I ask that you continually to bless Unity with Pam. Even bless all her viewers that listen to this show, that turn it on. Father God, we thank you so much, and we ask that you just continue to bless us and bless our city. Bless the Harlem Globetrotters and bless each and every one. In the sound of my voice, I pray. Amen.
Amen. And show love in the community.